But can you, for the audience, what is indica? What is sativa? Can you break that down? And then if you can go through kind of what the myths have been associated with those, at least from what you've seen from your
Absolutely.
experience.
So, this is gonna ruffle some feathers. Okay, so usually indica is in the couch. It's seen as a more of a relaxing, and then sativa is supposed to be more uplifting, right? Misinformation, unfortunately. Sorry, we don't have a good classification system for cannabis yet. We're still working on that, right?
Right.
So people, again, we're just uneducated because we weren't able to study it like we really should have, right? So I think it was 1753. Carl von Linnaeus set out basically to classify and record plants. He literally saw the cannabis plant and called it sativa. The Greek word of cannabis is sativa, right? So sativa means just to cultivate. It means just to widely grow this plant. So it was in sativa, he named it sativa, then he literally brought it with him everywhere, and it was highly cultivated all around Europe. That's the first one, right?
Okay.
The second one, it was 1785 by Jean Baptiste de Lamarck. He traveled to India, found a very similar plant that looked very similar to sativa, that was already all over Europe, but this plant was shorter, it was fatter, it was stickier, had stronger smells. So he decided to call it cannabis indica, which again, he found it in India, indica. That's literally all it means. It's crazy because we really think about it, those as more of a upper versus downer, or more of a calming versus, a more creative vibe. But it really just comes down to those words. They just happen to name them that because that's what they saw. They
Right.
cultivated it. Sativa means cultivated. Indica, literally, he found it in India, and it looked very similar to it was the same plant, but just in a different what's the word, environmental aesthetic. It adapted to India, so therefore it adapted to being shorter, fatter, stickier, stronger smells.
I appreciate that, and I know that the people listening absolutely appreciate that. I think, until we figure out more of how do I think, like the nutrition facts, right?
Mm-hmm.
The nutrition labels, and I think I think the industry is getting there.
Yeah, no,
I hope.
I hope so. I think we really have to come up with a better terminology, as well as a categorization for it. The original cannabis plant that they found in 1785, 1783 is nothing like the plant that we have now, right?
No.
It went underground. Everyone was looking for just the strictly THC to push that THC value. So therefore, it's nothing like the original plant that we really found in the first place. And so honestly, there really is no difference between sativa or indica. They're all hybrids at this point because they went underground and they changed the genetics. So we have to be very mindful of that, as well as there's no specific strand that can make you feel a certain way. Everybody's experience is going to be different.
Right. Absolutely. This is not pharmaceutical, grade yet.
Right.
Yet. I think, yes, there will come a time.